Let's learn something new and the words that generally we find when we travel and especially traveling by air. And these are the words which generally students get confused and are unaware, especially for the first flyer by air. The very first word is terminal. Airport is divided into the terminal and this division is based on the airlines as well as domestic and international. As student enters the airport, then they find it out, then the return air, that's called check-in area, where they have to reach for the certain details of the flight and they get the information from their flight that they have to fly. Afterwards, they deposit their luggage and the belt where the luggage is sent, that is called conveyor belt. Further, ticket is received by them and a boarding pass, which is the basic thing and the most necessity for flying. As they get these things, they are allowed to go to the area that's called launch, Lounge, where they have to wait for their flight. Generally, this very area in a very big path and that's covered from all sides, but from one end there are the certain glasses are there where the students can find the airplanes and the airbus, they are also called. Certain airbus are there in the covered shelter and that is called hangar, that's called HANGER. And there are two other words that's called taxiways and runways. Once again there is a difference in that. Taxiway is an area where the airplane enters at its terminal and a runway when the airplane passes to fly and to take off. That's another word. When students are in airplane, at that time they can say that now I am in air. This means they are in plane and they are flying. At that time, there are certain again that words that's called I am on board, that's called while on board. At that time, they are getting the instructions of fasten your belt. This means उनको अपनी seat belt बांधनी होती है and the English is fasten your belt. These instructions are given to them by the two people. Sometimes air hostess. Air hostess is a word when these instructions are given by a girl. Otherwise, they get it from boy and they are called steward. That's very important to know this word, Steward. That's called for boy. Pilot is a person who flies the plane. Another word is crew. Crew is the whole staff who help the passengers in the different forms. Now come to the another words that's based on the seats. Generally, students do not know about it. Window seat. Window seat होती है जो कि window हो और उसके साथ वाली seat, that's called window seat. And the seat beside it, that is called middle seat. And the most important word is उसके साथ वाली seat, that's called aisle. Many people do not know this. Aisle seat is a side one seat and then there is a part to move. That's called aisle and the spelling is AISLE. Now, another words, when plane lands. That time the English is the plane is landing. After that there is an announcement of the deboarding. This means passengers को उतरना होता है and that activity is called deboarding of passengers. When passenger reaches at once again airport, they are at one place where they have to collect their baggage and that place in which baggages are there, that's called baggage carousel. It's a very important word, baggage carousel, where they can collect their packages and luggages. So I hope that this was a new thing and a great learning that students are now getting it. Stay tuned with us for more videos. Thank you so much.
To get best results in IELTS, PTE and speaking skills, come to Tajinder's English classes. Phase 7 Mohale. Call at 98141 15132.